What is going on, party people? We are back after God knows how long. And in case you don't know, this is Weisscast Gaming. That's right. Bryant and I are back on a new podcast feed. Slightly new. There's been a couple episodes posted before, but those were very few and far between. But this is going to be more regular. I am one of your hosts, Aaron Weiss. You probably remember the Weisscast of old, or maybe Weiss Camera Action. Those are still going strong, but we wanted to resurrect Weisscast Gaming. So, bringing back my co-host, the longest tenured Weisscast co-host, Bryant Stinson.
Hello, everybody. Good to be back and talking about gaming. Hope you all well. It's been a while.
It's been too dang long. Folks, to give you a rundown of the show today, future episodes will look more like the Weisscast of old. We'll pick some headlines and chat about them and, do 20 questions. Maybe talk about what we've been playing or what we're looking forward to playing. And today's going to look a little bit like that, but we wanted to mainly talk about what we've been playing, but we would be remiss if we didn't bring a couple headlines. And the one that I want to talk about today, this whatever time you're listening to it, some of the biggest news of the week was that Sony bought Bungie. That's right. Sony Interactive Entertainment has bought Bungie. Of course, Bungie is maybe most well known historically for Halo, but nowadays is made popular the games as a service idea with Destiny.
Yeah.
Huge acquisition, not the biggest of the year, but huge. And there's speculation saying that Sony is looking to get seriously into the multiplayer space. They want to bring their multiplayer games to a level that their single player games are at. And with this acquisition, Bungie can very much help do that. Bungie, of course, has been making multiplayer games forever. This isn't a unique deal, though, Bryant. I don't know if you have read the whole story on it or heard the whole story on it. But Bungie will continue to be an autonomous subsidiary.
Yes.
So they have the option to publish themselves and the option to put their game or games on all platforms, which seems kind of strange. Historically speaking, exclusives were exclusives, but the times are changing.
Yeah, it almost seems as if, with Microsoft's acquisition of Activision, right? Which some people speculate that this caused Sony to then act on their end and buy Bungie. I don't necessarily think that was the case. It seems like it was probably in the pipeline for Sony for a while.
Yeah.
I think we're moving toward I think we're moving away from the console wars of old, in the sense of, if you want to play this game, you have to have this system, and if you want to play this game, you have this system. And I think we're moving more towards service.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, what service can Sony provide its customers who own PlayStation, who own a PlayStation, versus which services can Microsoft offer to their customers who own an Xbox, right? And this is not just including stuff that is licensed and made by Activision, which includes Overwatch and World of Warcraft and and the Call of Duty franchise, at least the Modern Warfare iteration of the Call of Duty franchise and things like that. But it also includes Xbox Game Pass and things like that, right? So they're both sides are bolstering out their services and trying to kind of stack those up against one another. It used to be which console has the best graphics and which one has the best games. Now it's which one has the best graphics, which one has the best games, and which one can provide the best overall experience from a service standpoint. And I think that's better overall for everybody because that means that more games can cross over between the two if they so choose. If these companies become not companies, but if these titles become remain autonomous subsidiaries like Bungie is, we can still see some of those crossovers, but ultimately the services that both can provide make it really exciting to see where gaming is going from here. It's almost like they're taking a note from streaming services in a sense.
Yeah, I've long thought that, especially since what is it? The Game Pass streaming, what do they call it? xCloud. Since xCloud has like kind of risen in popularity, and since Stadia, they weren't the first to do streaming. Way back in the day, there was OnLive, which Sony bought and turned into PlayStation. Their naming schemes are stupid. What is it? It's not PlayStation Plus. It's wisecast.com/your-wrong. I have no idea what it's called. I just know it's not as good as xCloud, and it's not as good as Game Pass. Yeah, they're really taking a page out of the streaming services.
You're talking about PS Now?
PS Now, yes. Thank you. That was going to drive me insane. And there's also, of course, rumors of a new, more true Game Pass competitor from PlayStation. Now, we don't know if the PlayStation games or first-party games are going to go there day and date, like Xbox first-party are on Game Pass. But, there's rumors of a higher quality, more intentional monthly streaming service, which, sounds cool if they can figure it out. I, of course, am console agnostic. I have all three major consoles. And
agnostic. That's good.
Well, I mean, I didn't make up the term. I wish I did, but
yeah.
I do tend to prefer Xbox, but that's where most of my friends are. I cannot deny Sony's single player games, though. Dude, you like some single player games on Sony. You know that you are saving your dollars, and as soon as the KOTOR re-release
don't
happens,
expose me like that, all right? You're gonna expose me on the first time back like that. That's what we do. That's how you move.
But yeah, that's really one of the biggest stories to me recently about all the acquisitions and stuff. Ones that we didn't mention were Take-Two buying Zynga, which doesn't seem that big, but it is because Zynga makes pretty, like, I don't know the percentage, but a high percentage of like mobile games.
Yeah.
So, and getting into the mobile space, especially like in markets like India and China, where mobile gaming is so huge. Like that's where Call of Duty Mobile's huge. That's where PUBG Mobile's huge. I don't know if Fortnite Mobile's huge in those territories, but I just hear about how big COD Mobile and PUBG Mobile are in those areas. Neither of which are Zynga, but I think both of which are Tencent.
They are. They're both.
Oh, Yeah, but COD Mobile is also Activision Blizzard, so maybe Microsoft saw that and was also thinking. Of course, Activision Blizzard comes with what's their mobile division? It's a big one too. It's not as big as Zynga, I don't think,
Oh my
but
gosh. I can see like the graphic in my head where they had it on there when
it's the
Microsoft
one that
bought.
does Candy Crush. It's the one that does Candy Crush.
Yes. Oh gosh.
I could just look this up like a
No.
smart.
Let's just sit here and I can't
Okay,
I I,
okay.
I can't remember.
King.
King. Okay.
King. Yeah, they're the ones for sure the ones that make Candy Crush because that was in the graphic that Xbox put up on Twitter and Instagram.
Yep.
Um so they're getting into the mobile space too. Um I think it's interesting that how relatively late they're getting into the mobile space. I mean, uh Nintendo has been well, I don't know when Mario Run came out, but it's got to be at least like 8 years ago.
Yeah. Something like that.
And then, of course, there's Pokemon Go. There's Pikmin. Is it Pikmin Go or Pikmin something? Um,
Pokemon Go
Nintendo's been
actually.
doing it for a while.
Yeah, I was about to say because uh, Niantic actually just announced an expansion between Pokemon Go and Pokemon the trading card game. I think yesterday,
Mm,
something like that. So
yeah.
the mobile
So
spaces are a big deal.
kind of late to get some skin in the game for mobile spaces. However, better late than never
Yeah.
because these are two huge like acquisitions for the mobile space. But enough about acquisitions. Bryant, what kind of news story did you want to chat about for a
Oh
bit?
man. So so we have been. I mean, we both love Star Wars, right?
Yep.
I imagine that we both have been watching the Book of Boba Fett,
Yep.
and it's been okay. Been okay.
I'd say the last two episodes have been great, but
Yes,
that's because
that's
Boba
because
Fett hasn't
he
been
hasn't
in them.
been he hasn't been in either of the episodes. So yeah, but and the most recent episode was really good. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, and I mean, Star Wars is always one of those things that kind of it just transcends whatever medium it is, whether it's book or movie or television, right? Comic, and I think in 2021, correct me if I'm wrong. I think in 2021 was when Electronic Arts or EA, as most people know them, actually ran their exclusivity clause with this with Lucasfilm ran out, and so now there have been there have been more Star Wars games in the last year that have been announced by multiple different developers than EA actually
Hmm.
made in a 10-year window, which is sad. but
Yeah.
um, but one of the first, right? So Lucasfilm just opened their own kind of branch called Lucasfilm Games, um, which basically is the license for Star Wars games going forward. That now any developer that has the money to kind of throw their way has the opportunity to get all the things that they need to make a Star Wars game. One of the first ones that we heard about was a Star Wars open world made by Ubisoft.
Hmm.
The minute that the contract ran out, um, um, and since then there have been 7 more that have been announced, and I have a list of them right here. So we have an open world Star Wars game by Ubisoft that has been announced. Then after that, Zynga announced Star Wars Hunters, which I think
Hmm.
will be coming to all platforms: PlayStation, Switch, Microsoft. I think it will be coming to all platforms. And then we had Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. It was announced by TT Games. And then we had Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic remake, which is being made by Aspire Games, who have done many Star Wars remakes in the past. That one, very sadly, is coming to PlayStation first, and I don't own one, but who knows? I might have to buy one just for this one game. Yeah, so we got the open world Star Wars game. We've got Star Wars Hunters. We've got Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, or Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. The Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic remake. We have Star Wars Eclipse, which is made by Quantic Dreams, who made Detroit Becoming Human. So the kind of multi-interactive, multi-branching story. Yeah, go ahead.
I actually have a little note about that. There's a rumor that it's not going to be like any other Niantic game. That it's just going to be an action game.
Oh, really?
Like more in the vein, I would say more in the vein of like a Last of Us type.
Yeah.
So still pretty heavily story driven.
Yeah. Which is what Quantic Dreams does best. So.
Right. So, and this is confirmed to be set in the High Republic as well, which is, for those who don't know, or those who only consume Star Wars media on like Disney Plus or whatever, the High Republic is actually the era where a lot of the newer comics and books are being set, and this they've released a bunch of comics, and I know for a fact at least 2 books, probably more than 2 books, set in that era, and it's like it's right. I don't know how many 100 years before.
I think 400 years before Episode 1 is when it's set.
Right. So I mean, it's not quite as like old as Old Republic. It's like in between.
Yeah.
And it's just a really cool time in Star Wars. If you haven't read any of the stories, it's very interesting. I just wanted to clarify that before going on.
Yeah, and they've only gone through one wave of the High Republic storytelling. I think the second wave they just announced a handful of weeks ago that they're actually going to be entering into this next wave of storytelling and what happened in this time period too. So how Eclipse falls into that when it comes out, who knows? So the first High Republic game is Star Wars Eclipse. Then after that, we had not 1, not 2, but 3 Star Wars games that are going to be made by Respawn.
Yes, and I think that... Sorry. I believe that one of them, or one's confirmed to be Fallen Order sequel.
Yes, so another iteration in the Fallen Order series. Yep.
People are speculating that one of them is going to be a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
And
so one is go ahead. I was
going to say people are kind of hoping that they're making Battlefront 3.
Yeah, so as of right now, what the announcement was from EA Star Wars was that Stig Osmondson and his team over at Respawn are already working on the next iteration in the next Star Wars Jedi game, right? Because that's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
The way that they named it, Star Wars Jedi : indicates that it's going to be a kind of continuous series of games with that title, Star Wars Jedi something. So they're making Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2. There's a Star Wars FPS game that is also being made by Respawn. So Star Wars First Computer. And then a Star Wars strategy game that is being made by Respawn and Bit Reactor.
Yes.
So 8 Star Wars games have been announced that are coming down the pipeline. Really exciting.
That strategy game, I think I've read somewhere that it might be more like XCOM related as opposed to like Age of Empires. So it's more of like the It's not like real-time strategy. It's the would you just say turn-based strategy? I
Yeah,
don't know what
you
we.
either have turn-based or real-time. Those are pretty much the two buckets.
Yeah, yeah. So more like XCOM, tactical. That's what I was thinking of. Tactical strategy.
Okay.
Um, so those are really fun, I think. Of course, there's also a Marvel game um, in that same sort of vein coming out.
Mm.
I think it was actually recently delayed. It was supposed to come out in March, but I think it's coming out later this year now.
Okay.
And that one is from the XCOM developers. So,
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah.
Man, it's gonna be exciting, and I love Star Wars. So
Me too.
I think the next game that is slated to come out in this group is the Lego Star Wars game, the Skywalker Saga.
Which
Lego
looks
Star Wars.
immaculate.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It looks
It
amazing.
literally looks like you're playing the Lego movie.
Yeah, I mean it looks great, and I mean Lego Star Wars games are a lot of fun. So I think we're in really we're in some good hands going forward. It's just nice to be able to have. I mean, this is what it was before, right? And like game developing, is in a different place than it was, 20 years ago, where the Lucas where the Lucasfilm license for gaming was like the most lucrative license that a that a company could get, and not
Mm-hmm.
and Lucasfilm was really big back then. Lucasfilm gaming was really big on. Well, I guess it wouldn't be Lucasfilm gaming; it would have been LucasArts then. LucasArts was really big on giving their title to small upstart studios. Right, so BioWare made KOTOR when no one knew really who BioWare was. Right,
Mm-hmm.
and BioWare then became this huge entity that is still trying to find their way back after numerous mistakes. Thanks, EA. Um,
Yeah, I mean they haven't had a hit since Dragon Age Inquisition.
yeah, they really can't. They've been really quiet. We're supposed to get a Dragon Age game, a new Dragon Age game, and a new Mass Effect game coming up soon. So, but yeah, LucasArts would always give their license to younger, smaller, upstart studios and let them kind of make their games. But now it's nice to see with Lucasfilm Games coming through that we have studios like Respawn and like Quantic Dreams and like Ubisoft. The Ubisoft is making a Star Wars game. Like,
Yeah.
how cool is that with the resources and the abilities that studio has? The fact that they're making a Star Wars game and what they've done with the Far Cry series, things like that. Like, if it's anywhere in that vein, if they can make an open world Star Wars game as well as they make a Far Cry game, it's going to be a hit. So
Yeah,
there's a lot of exciting
I
things.
just don't want a Star Wars skinned Far Cry game.
You're probably going to get that.
Yeah, I know. It's I I enjoyed the one Far Cry that I've played.
Which one was
I've
that?
tried to play Far Cry. You'd want it to be Far Cry 3, wouldn't you? You'd want it to be, but it was Far Cry 4.
Far Cry 4 is
Um,
good. It's good.
it is. It is. But everyone's main criticism for 4 is that it was just pretty much reskinned 3. But the same is true for all of them since 3. Um, I tried to play 5, wasn't really vibing with it. And I say this a lot, but I think it's very true. Like Breath of the Wild took inspiration from the Far Cry and Assassin's Creed series and did it better and kind of ruined me for most open world games, especially in that vein. Um, like Ghost of Tsushima is the closest, in my opinion, that's come to it, and they did kind of the same thing, which is took the Far Cry formula but made it better.
A game I still have not
I
played.
mean, I'm not knocking anybody for liking Far Cry. I mean, people like the games that they want to like.
Yeah.
But to me, that kind of formula has been done better elsewhere and is kind of stale. I want them to innovate upon that formula somehow, and I don't know exactly how they would do it. Maybe Star Wars would be a fresh take on it, especially maybe if you weren't playing as a Jedi. That could be interesting. I would very much like some sort of High Republic era game where you're not a force wielder.
Yeah, but that's the weird thing about Star Wars games, right? I would say that the majority of people who play Star Wars games want to play as a Jedi. Somebody that, I won't say Jedi, somebody that's wielding a lightsaber.
Yeah.
So it's always a tough spot when you're making a story-based game that you probably want to have somebody wielding a lightsaber in some way, shape, or form. It's interesting. There's a lot of exciting things that are coming down the pipeline in the realm of Star Wars and video games. So I'm really excited about what's to come, and I am going to try really hard not to buy a PlayStation just to buy the KOTOR remake. I'm gonna try really hard.
I mean,
I don't know if I'm strong enough.
There should be information when it gets a release date.
Yeah.
On how long the exclusivity is. It's just really weird that it's on PlayStation as a timed exclusive because the original KOTOR was released on Xbox as a console exclusive. Of course, it also came to PC, and I think more people probably played it on PC than the original Xbox. But yeah, pretty famously, KOTOR and its sequel were console exclusive to Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people, and that wasn't the only BioWare games. The first Mass Effect for a long time was exclusive, and then Mass Effect 2 went multi-platform.
Yeah.
And people on PlayStation were like, if my choices carry over from the previous game, I need to play the previous game. And then right before Mass Effect 2 released, or maybe it was after, Mass Effect 1 came to PlayStation 3, and BioWare's been multi-platform ever since.
Yeah, and to remedy that for PlayStation players who got access to 2 and 3 but not 1, they came out with a short comic called Mass Effect Genesis, which basically walks through the events of the first game and allowed the individual to make decisions that could then carry over into their save file for 2. And they did the same thing, Mass Effect Genesis 2, for the second game. So it was interesting. Trying to figure out, and I'm hoping that we're moving away from like very staunch exclusives. But at the same time, I mean, Starfield. I'm pretty sure Starfield is an Xbox exclusive.
Yep.
So it's still going to happen. But the question is, the question is less about Sony and it's more about Lucasfilm Games, right? Like,
yeah,
is Lucasfilm Games going to allow Sony to hold exclusivity for a game of this magnitude without letting it cross over? Like, Lucasfilm Games have to make that, and ultimately Disney are going to make that decision on whether or not they want it to remain exclusive or if they want it to be on multiple platforms. So, and Disney are greedy, so I can't see it staying. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be multi-plat. No, I'd be shocked if it was longer than 6.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if it was longer than 6 months as well.
We will see. Like we said, no even hint at a release date. I don't think they gave any kind of window
No.
So it's going to be a while. We'll just have to sit patiently and wait.
Yeah.
But what we don't have to wait for, Brian.
What's
Wait
that?
for to talk about. We don't have to wait to talk about what we've been playing over the last, like, let's just say 6 months. I was thinking about maybe 3 of your favorite games that you've put, significant time to. I'll say if it's a shorter game, you beat it, or if it's a longer game or like multiplayer game, just like you've spent a lot of time with it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Interestingly enough, a lot of the games. A lot of the games I've been playing lately have been Switch games. So I've played a hefty amount of Metroid Dread, which is excellent. Excellent.
Great game.
How bad I am at it is astounding, but I'm still working on getting better at the platforming aspect of Metroid Dread. I've also been playing the Pearl version of the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes that have come out recently. So I have Shining Pearl, and I'm really enjoying that. I also have purchased Pokemon Legends Arceus or Arceus, depending on how you pronounce it.
I've heard it both ways.
Yeah, as have I. And but I have not played that one yet. I'm looking forward to actually digging into that.
There is a Pokemon movie that has Arceus in the title.
Yes.
I've never watched it, but I would like to hear how they pronounce it on the anime, and I'll probably start saying it that way.
I think they say Arceus.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they say Arceus.
Well, I was really hoping they would say Arceus.
I think they say Arceus. Yeah, so there's been 2 that I have been playing, Metroid Dread and Shining Pearl, and I've been playing a lot of PUBG still. PUBG actually just went free to play.
Yeah.
In January, and the player base has come back. I mean, I think when PUBG went free to play, the player base across all platforms increased 400%. Something like that. That was the statistic. So it worked. Now the question is, are they going to be able to retain that uptick until it runs its course? But
right.
I've really been enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun.
I'm on the Twitch homepage right now. Looking at games. Oh, last time I was here, PUBG was up there, but apparently a lot of people like to watch other people play Legends Arceus. Yeah, it's not on the front page right now, but it used to. It definitely was the other day when I was on. I was shocked. I mean, it wasn't like Fortnite numbers, but I mean there were still maybe 20,000 people watching.
Wow, amazing! What a time!
I need to get back into PUBG or multiplayer gaming in general, or at least online multiplayer gaming.
Yeah, see, I feel the opposite. I've really been enjoying single player, not multiplayer games, because I played nothing but multiplayer games for so long. Speaking of which, CD Projekt, I know you watch this. Release the Cyberpunk 2077 update for next gen. Release it. I know you watch this. Release it. We're all waiting. We're willing to give you a second chance. We're ready. It's gonna be good, man. I'm holding out hope. It's gonna be good. The next gen update. They can't mess it up twice.
They could. I, just like you, have been playing a lot of Switch. However, I did play Psychonauts 2 and beat the campaign. Incredible game, probably my game of the year 2021. Um, it's just a very well told, heartfelt story, and it takes a very interesting perspective on mental health.
Mm.
Um, and it's genuinely fun. I hadn't gone through a 3D platformer like that since, let's see, it's hard to compare it to like Mario or whatever, but I mean, I guess if you want to compare 3D platformer to 3D platformer, that Mario Odyssey is probably the last one, or Super Mario 3D World. So yeah, I guess both of those count. Super Mario 3D World came out earlier in 2021, so
Which is
maybe I just
fun.
really like 3D platformers. It is fun, a lot of fun. Bowser's Fury is insane. I think, but going to Switch, Erica and I have been playing Puyo Puyo Tetris a lot. Um, we play it every day, and we trade wins. She's really good, and she's making me get good because uh, she just got the skills so quickly. And then also I mean, I've been just playing a lot of Switch. I played a little bit of Dread. I'm terrible at it. I want to go through it with my brother in a couple weeks. I've been playing Pokemon Arceus, Legends Arceus. It's incredible fun. The first Pokemon game that I bought since Soul Silver.
What?
Yes,
Bro,
first one I've spent my own personal money on. I was
that thing came out on
given
the 3DS?
Pokemon Sun. I was given Pokemon Sun,
Okay.
but I did not really like it that much.
Okay.
I This isn't a review or anything, but Legends Arceus is what I've wanted in a Pokemon game for a long time. Um,
Question for you about Legends Arceus because I haven't played it yet.
yeah.
Is it hard?
Um, it
Like
is
Breath of the Wild is
harder,
hard.
right? I I wouldn't call it a hard game, but I would call it harder than other Pokemon games. I mean, I all my just to share where I'm at in the game, all my Pokemon are in their 30s, like their range of level. And um I've found a wild Piplup earlier. The Piplup was level 18. I sent out uh I forget what the Pokemon was, but it's ground and water type. Um and Piplup used a water move against me, and it was a critical hit, and it took out like 2/3 of my health. So the wild Pokemon are pretty powerful, even though you might have 15 levels on them. They're pretty powerful. But also in contrast, if you sneak up on them and get the like at the right time, you can catch them without battling.
Mm.
So I I caught a I've caught many Pokemon like that. I like adding sneaking as an aspect of Pokemon. I think that was a kind of cool add. Um, but yeah, lots of Legends Arceus, and I have to mention Mario Party Superstars, um, a collection of popular Mario Party boards and mini games on Switch that came out in the same month as Dread. Erica and I have also been playing times. I play it when people come over. It's a lot of fun. We put a lot of hours into that. But we needed to switch it up and actually use brain cells to we needed to be using our brain cells, so that's why we switched to Tetris. Puyo Puyo Tetris. Yeah, so the Switch it has kind of been my unsung console of the last 6 months. I mean, I could talk about Miles Morales on PS5, which was awesome. I played a lot of Avengers, but only the single player story mode. Single player story was good, and the expansions to that are good. I've not heard great things about the multiplayer, so I never bothered with it. Hitman 3 was a lot of fun. Played that.
That's on Game Pass.
I played some of Yes, but I unfortunately bought it before it came to Game Pass. Deathloop is fun. Death's Door is fun.
Bro, don't talk to me about Deathloop. I'm so mad. Again, PlayStation.
Yeah. It'll be when the exclusivity is done. It'll be on Game Pass day one because Bethesda.
Yeah. I will say, like, I haven't. One that I actually neglected to mention on my list is that I've been playing. I've really been enjoying is the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I actually have been just started getting going on Mass Effect 2 again, and it's just a nice nostalgia trip. And the games are great, like especially 2. 2 is probably the best one, and so it's nice to be going back through that again in crystal clear HD and just enjoying kind of going through that entire story. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been so much fun. I'm so happy for that those games got kind of the love that they deserve. I'm hoping that whenever this new Mass Effect game comes out, whenever we hear about it, I'm holding out hope that we hear something at E3 or EA at E3, whatever, EA Play, whatever it's called. Hope that whenever we hear whenever we get to EA Play this summer, that we get more info about the new Mass Effect game. Because it's time. It's time. Look, Andromeda, look, we all got hurt. It's all good. We're going to move on and play this new one. So I'm hoping that we get there. But yeah, there's been a lot of fun games I've been playing in the last year. So sounds like you have been too.
Yeah, I mean, 2021 was a great year for games.
If you're on a PlayStation.
And yeah, especially on the PlayStation. But I mean, just in general, like it was definitely, from what I heard, because I don't have the money to play all the new releases or the time or the interest. Probably interest is the highest on. But from what I heard from people whose job it is to play all the releases and review them, was like picking a game of the year was legitimately hard. Even for me, who played, 5 or 6 of the new games last year, like it was kind of hard. But I think what solidified Psychonauts 2 for me was just like how universal the story was, like how everyone can relate to a good story on mental health, whether it's a personal struggle or someone that they love. It's relatable, and the game was hilarious, and the gameplay was great. So thanks, Tim Schafer.
Yeah. Did you play It Takes Two, the game that won Game of the Year?
I've played some of it. Erica and I started it, but I think Um, Erica wasn't super into it, so I need to find a new partner to play with online, probably. Also, the story to beat the story is like 12 hours. That's not the kind of game that should be 12 hours, in my opinion.
No.
Like, it's it's hard as an adult to find another adult with a completely different schedule to play 12 hours worth of game with you. So,
well, you heard it here, folks. I will play It Takes Two with Aaron.
it is on Game Pass, so
I'll do it. I'll do it, man.
not scared.
I'm not scared. If you're scared, say you're scared, you know?
Although, I mean, I don't know if you have arachnophobia or not. There's large spiders in it.
I don't have arachnophobia, but I do not like large spiders. So I'm not afraid of them. Like, I don't have an uncontrollable fear of them, but I don't like large spiders.
Right. Yeah, I don't think there's many people that enjoy large spiders. I think even if you didn't have like a debilitating fear of large spiders, I think if you encountered one in real life, you would your legs would lock, you'd probably poop yourself. And you might faint in that order.
But here's the question: after you faint, would you then end up back at the Pokemon Center and get restored to full health?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I'm in the clear. We're playing It Takes Two.
Good. Yeah, let's do it.
Also, you didn't mention Halo Infinite.
Oh yeah, I've played a decent bit of Halo Infinite. And I do have people to play that with. I don't know. I kind of like I was talking about how open world games have kind of gotten a little bit stale to me. Shooters also have kind of gotten stale. There's like certain modes in Halo Infinite that I love, like Fiesta mode. And granted, I played it a lot before some of the quality of life updates have come, so I need to give it another chance. I'm just not super good at it, so I can only take it in small chunks. Not that I'm like a pro gamer at any other game, but Halo especially, I am definitely the farthest thing from pro gamer.
I haven't played it yet, surprisingly. I need to.
I've played like maybe a third of the story. That's fun. Again, takes a little bit of inspiration from Far Cry.
Yeah. It's almost like Far Cry is good or something.
Never said it wasn't. I just said that to me it was stale.
It wasn't me, you. You know, look, Breath of the Wild is the best open world come out with. I mean, probably one of the best open. Probably. So I'm not good at Breath of the Wild, like at all. At all. Not even a little.
Gotta get good.
Yeah. No, I did all of my getting good with the Dark Souls series. Speaking of which, Elden Ring is coming out this year.
Got it pre-ordered.
Oh, you're getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron,
yeah, I've heard that it's gonna have a lower barrier of entry. Like it's not gonna have as much of a learning curve. And kind of like I've been hinting at, I've been wanting to fall in love with another open world game. And I thought that Arceus would be it, but it's like semi-open world.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, it's really cool that you're in the Hisui region, and within the Hisui region, you're exploring like areas of that region, and those are pretty open. They're pretty vast, but it kind of sucks that you can't like there are mounts in this game. You can't go from region to region on your mount. You have to if you're leaving part of Hisui, you have to go back to the camp or Jubilife village before going to another place.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's fast travel, but I think you can only do that from Jubilife village to whichever camp you're going to. I don't think you can do it from camp to camp, which would be a little bit better. And honestly, you have a map with you. Like, I don't understand why you can't. It's a little bit. It needs some tweaking, but I think if they came out with a sequel to this game, it would probably be near perfect.
Man, I'm about to boot up my Switch and start playing this. I also need to pre-order. I also need to pre-order Elden Ring. I really want to play that game. So anyway,
yeah, I'm getting it on PS5.
How dare you? You're betraying Xbox. Just admit it.
I had a PlayStation gift card, and
fair. They'll do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I was thinking about playing 20 questions, but we've been chatting a lot longer. So we might just save 20 questions for next week. Bryant, where can these fine listeners find you?
If you are interested in finding me, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at BKStinson08. I'll be in and around there.
And you can find me at The Weiss is Right on Twitter and Instagram. Follow Weisscast in those places at Weisscast. This has been Weisscast Games, and we'll see you next week with a bunch of questions.